Today we will introduce X-Series card type module. X-Series card type module mainly consists of two parts, one is the front adapter, and the other is the back expansion module. You can choose different adapters according to different communication protocols. For example, I've got this X1130 adapter now, which is a new product we just listed recently, which is Modbus TCP bus communication protocol. You can see that the design of our adapter is very small and compact. We can see our model barcode and version number on the side of the adapter. There are a few status indicators here. When our adapter is powered up, the system indicator will blink. This is the system power indicator and the I/O power indicator. When we access the system power supply, the system power indicator will light up. The I/O power indicator lights up when you connect to the I/O power indicator. There are also run lights, error lights here. The following two are the indicator lights of the network cable. When our network cable is connected properly, our indicator lights will also have a corresponding flashing. We can easily judge the operation status of this module through the status of the indicator lights. The QR code below is the MAC code. If you want to get our user manual, you can log into the download center in the technical support of our official website to get it. Then we have a USB interface. You can upgrade the firmware. This is our IP settings dial code. Here are two sets of 24V power supply interface. This module is the use of the system power supply and I/O power supply separate mode, so that you can effectively avoid the interference of the field noise on the field bus. Our network port has the function of a switch. We can extend the connection to other devices through the two network ports. Here's an introduction to our expansion module. This expansion module X200H that I'm holding right now is a 16-point digital NPN input module. Again, take it apart and look at it. You can see the dimensions of this module. It's very thin, only 14 mm thick. We can also see this side with ports on the left and right sides. This side also has a communication interface and a system power interface. This makes it easy to expand through this side connector. So let's see how it connects to the adapter. We can see there's a carabiner here, and on the other end as well. Let's go ahead and dial up this carabiner. There's a locating hole here, so we can just shove the expansion module in there and press it in. Then we put the snap to lock, push down, then so we have completed the adapter and 16-channel digital input module connection. We are through this connection way piece by piece to connect. We can see this expansion module. There will be a detailed identification. Here is 16D, then we have the same 16 lights here. You can indicate that each channel's operating status. Below you can see a well-connected X-Series. There are digital input and output modules, analog input and output modules, thermocouple RTD modules, pulse technology modules, and communication modules. We can see the side of the snap has been completely dialed down, have been completely fixed. Our digital input and output is also support for NPN/PNP different models. The number of channels can also be based on the customer's own needs to choose from. There are 8-way, 16-way, 32-way. An adapter can be extended behind the back of a maximum of 32 pieces of expansion modules. The communication between the adapter and the master station is through the bus protocol, and these modules behind the adapter are through our internal Modbus protocol. The communication rate can be up to 6 megabits per second. In this case, basically, all the information of the 32 pieces of expansion modules can be completed within 2 milliseconds of a polling. Next, look at the way it is wired. It uses spring terminal wiring. You don't need to go to the screws. I'm going to show you here. These are some pin terminals. Just plug the pin terminals in. It's very easy. We use a screwdriver if we remove it. Here press can be very light, pull off the wiring. Wiring is very convenient. the two groups are slightly different. This is the 32-point input and 32-point output module. It uses the connector way. I give you a demonstration. It needs a connector plus a terminal block for wiring. This is a connecting wire, which uses the design of anti-dumbing interface. Ensure that it will not be inserted incorrectly, and then we need a terminal block. We have an anti-dumbing design on the other end of this connecting wire, so that a connection is completed. The customer can be wired in the way of wiring through the terminal block, which is also very convenient, which is the difference between the 32 channels. Let me demonstrate the module installation for you. We use standard 35mm rail mounting for this module. We have to loosen all the rail clips of the module first. Then hook the module onto the mounting rails and finally lock the module rail clips in place. I can demonstrate this for you if you want to add more modules.